What happens to an unbeliever? They go to hell. So if a man who doesn't provide is worse than an unbeliever, I'm like,
that says a lot.
Well, what happens to you?
Well, I would love to hear how Savannah would define success from your perspective.
I like the phrase that you said. Can you repeat it? Because I want to remember that.
Achieving your full potential without compromising your values.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's the same. I mean, for me, success in my like personal life,
right.
would just a happy and healthy family is all I want.
You know, it's funny you say that because, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It just reminded me when I moved to LA and I used to do fitness modeling and I used to do fighting. And, you know, I've had some crazy offers, stupid money offered.
Oh, my gosh.
From, you know, the modeling, hey, you got to do Calvin Klein underwear. I'm like, I don't need to, even though I mean, I have no problem being in my underwear. I don't care. But taking a paycheck just for you to sexualize me is like, it's weird to me, right? Got offers for freaking porn, you name it, it's crazy, gay sex, like gay porn. It's like I'm serious, it's crazy. And that's when you realize that, holy shit. And that, to me, anybody that's why sex workers and women that do OnlyFans, porn, whatever, they're compromising their values for what they think is success, and they end up being miserable and they're shooting themselves in the foot.
That's why I'm not impressed by money.
I love that you're not impressed by money. That's a very interesting topic to me because I agree with you, and but I also believe that, you know, if you have the opportunity to make as much money as you can without compromising your values, you really need to go for it.
Take the opportunity.
Right, because of the impact that you have, you know, that you can have, and the good that you can use for other people. I'm going to give you an example. I'm speaking with a mentor. I'm in Florida, I'm doing good, $500,000 a year. Life is good. I don't need more. I'm comfortable, right? And I'm like, and he's telling me, dude, you should do more. I'm like, no, man. And again, that goes back to what is gratitude. I thought I knew what gratitude was. And he said to me, dude, what are you doing? You can do so much more. I'm like, man, I'm very good. God gave me more than I deserve. Everything is good. I have the house. I have the everything. I have everything, right? And he's like, and I'm like, I'm grateful. He's like, no, you're not grateful. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not grateful? He said to me, if I was to think like you, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Let's say donating to certain charities, helping certain people. Because he's very, very successful. He's like, if I was thinking like you, I would have stopped at $10 million. Because at $10 million a year, I have a good life, house, private jets, whatever, or I fly private. Life is good. I don't need more. How do you think I went from 10 to 150 million? I had to disconnect from the money. I had to make it no longer about me. So part of success to me is also realizing that it's no longer about you.
Yeah.
It's not just you, your wife, your kids. It's the rest of the world. You know, yes, they're the priority, but after that, you don't get to get comfortable. You don't get to get comfortable because your wife is taken care of, because your kids are taken care of, because you have everything. Because there's so much more you can do. And he said to me, you're not grateful. You're actually being selfish and comfortable. I'm like, what do you mean I'm selfish? I'm grateful. God gave me more than I deserve. He said, no. Think about this. You're making 500. You can make 5 million. How many more people can you help? How many families can you feed? How many charities can you open? How many people can you hire? You know what I mean? And so I just want to make sure that when we're talking about money and, you know, not being impressed by money, I love that, especially from a female perspective, to be honest with you. But from a man's perspective, I want them to go like psycho. I want them to be hungry. I want them to, again, achieve the full potential.
Yeah. But I like how you reverted it back to the fact that you can help so many people in that way. I think complacency is a disease, and it's like huge in our culture. And God calls us out of complacency. Like, he doesn't want us to be like, yeah, I hit my financial goal, I'm going to stop there. And I've seen it happen with so many people. I've seen it happen with so many business owners that I know, where they're like, yeah, my bills are paid for. I have a couple employees, their bills are paid for. I have whatever I need in my business. I'm going to just stop growing. And they get complacent. Right. And that causes so many problems, not only in their businesses, but in their families. It causes problems with their employees. It's a disease where it's like you almost become like lazy is the word I would use. 100%.
And it causes problem with their happiness. You're not fulfilled when you're not growing.
Yeah.
You're not fulfilled. Like I always tell people, you will never be depressed if you have progress in your life. Never. You always need to have progress. I don't care what it is. You always got to go for progress. Progress will cure all your depressions, all your problem, all your sadness. You got to keep growing. Another thing that you said, they say stagnant. There's a study on that. When you do stay stagnant, you're actually regressing.
Yeah.
It's impossible to stay the same. Number one, because the world is moving so fast. Number two, because your competition is innovating, is adding new tools. Technology is growing, so you can't just stay stagnant because you're going to get crushed. You know what I mean? So, I love what you said. Complacency is a disease. I like that.
One thing I love that it says in the Bible is a man without vision shall perish. And I think a lot of men, they don't have a vision, or maybe they once did. They used to dream. They used to think big, and then they get to a certain point, whether it's what you said or anything else, and they stop thinking big, and they fall into that trap. And I think it can happen at any level, any level in the game. But remembering what got you there is super, super important, and always just remembering you can do more. If you're in that position, then like you said, God gave you the potential to do more, and by making the decision to not do that, you're gonna fall out of gratitude.
I think you're being disrespectful to God if you have the potential to do something and you're not doing it, because He's giving you that opportunity.
Yeah, He puts it right in front of you. Also, there's a verse I love that says that a man who doesn't provide is worse than an unbeliever. Well, what happens to an unbeliever?
Could you repeat that one?
Yeah, say that
a
again.
man who doesn't provide is worse than an unbeliever. I'm not quoting that word for word, but that's literally what the verse says.
Yep.
That's good.
And what happens to an unbeliever? They go to hell. So if a man who doesn't provide is worse than an unbeliever, I'm like,
that says a
well,
lot.
what happens to you? That's what men are called to do. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, that's why God created men, and He created women for a different reason. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
100%.